Hello, my name is Amir Hussain. I am the headmaster of Divine MA Primary and High School in Karnataka State, Bidar. This is my first video number 1, and I decided to make this video on subject English, and the topic will be active voice and passive voice. I will make some more videos on mathematics also, but my first video will be on English. This is an important topic. This topic is important not only for first language English students, also for second language and third language English students. That means English medium, Kannada medium, as well as Urdu medium students. Active voice and passive voice, a very important topic. This will also improve your English language. Now let's first see what is the difference between active voice and passive voice. To see the difference between active voice and passive voice, observe these two sentences. I'm going to write some sentences here. Ahmad made a kite. And the second sentence is a kite was made by Ahmad. If you observe, these two sentences give the same meaning. These two sentences give the same sense. Only the way of expression is different. Here, the action is made. Here also, action is made. Made is action. And the action here is done by Ahmad. Ahmad is doer. Here also, Ahmad is doer of the action. And here, kite is receiver of the action. Action is done on kite. This action is done on kite. So kite is receiver. Here also, kite is receiver of the action. Ahmad is doer, kite is receiver. But here, in this sentence, Ahmad, doer is subject. Subject means about whom or about what we are talking in a sentence is called subject. Here, Ahmad is doer of the action and Ahmad is subject. Subject usually often comes in the beginning of the sentence, but it is not necessary. Sometimes it may come in the middle of the sentence or it may come at the end of the sentence. But here, Ahmad is subject and Ahmad is doer. But in this sentence, in the second sentence, Ahmad is not subject. Doer is not subject. Kite, receiver is subject here. This is the difference between active voice and passive voice. This is active voice. Why? Because subject is doer. Subject is active. Here, subject is not doer. Subject is receiver. Subject is passive. So it is passive voice. Then what makes this difference? This auxiliary verb makes the difference. Here, Ahmad made. Ahmad made. The action of making is done by Ahmad. Here, a kite was made. Action was, because of this auxiliary verb, this action is not done by the kite, but it is done on the kite. That is why this is called passive voice. This is the difference between active voice and passive voice. So one thing is clear, that auxiliary verb is very important. This verb is very important. This makes the difference. Ahmad made. Ahmad made. Ahmad did that action. Here, a kite was made. That action was done on the kite because of was. You understand? Yes. Now, this is the difference between active voice and passive voice. But to change, but this will not come in exam. They will not ask you to give the difference between active voice and passive voice, or what is active voice, what is passive voice. A sentence will be given, and usually, mostly, active voice sentence is given in the exam, and they ask you to change this active voice into passive voice. And the question is, sometimes they say change the following sentence or change the given sentence into passive voice, or sometimes the question asked is change the voice of the verb. They say like this: change the voice of the verb. Change the voice. It means if the given sentence is active voice, you have to change it into passive voice. If it is passive voice, you have to change it into active voice. But mostly in exam, active voice sentence is given and you have to change it into passive voice. Now, let's see how to change active voice into passive voice. This sentence is in past tense. For different tenses, different auxiliary verbs are used. Since this sentence is a simple past tense, therefore was auxiliary verb is used. With past tense, two auxiliary verb, either was or were, with singular subject was, with plural subject were. Here, a kite, singular, therefore was. These two are used. Present tense, imagine if the sentence, given sentence is present tense, then either is or are is used. If the given sentence is perfect tense, that means it may be present perfect or it may be past perfect. If the given sentence is perfect tense, then been is used. Have been, had been, has been auxiliary verb is used. And then, if the sentence is continuous tense, that means it may be present continuous or it may be past continuous. Continuous tense, being is used. B-E-I-N-G, being is used in continuous tense. And if the sentence is having modal auxiliary verb, for example, with modal auxiliaries, be is used, B-E-B. For example, will be, shall be, should be, can be, could be, like this. With past tense, was or were, present tense, is or are, perfect tense, been, continuous tense, being is used. If the sentence has modal auxiliaries, for example, will, would, shall, should, may, might, can, could, out, then be is used. Okay. Now let's see how to change sentence, an active voice sentence into passive voice sentence. To change active voice sentence into passive voice sentence, it is very important for the student to identify the action, doer, and receiver. Action, doer, receiver. This is very simple sentence. This type of sentences usually come in third language English exams, but first language will have a more difficult sentence. Now this is past tense. Clearly it is past tense. What we have to do is identify the doer, action, and receiver. Make the receiver as subject. That means passive voice will begin with a receiver of the subject, a kite. Then you have to add the auxiliary verb according to the tense. Because it is past tense, so was is used. Now question comes, why not were? Because kite is singular, subject is singular, therefore was. Kite was. Then remember that in passive voice always third form of the verb is used. In passive voice always third form of the verb is used. Third form, past participle form of the verb is used in passive voice. What is the past participle of made? Made itself. Make, made, made. V3, past participle is made. Therefore, a kite, receiver of the action, then was auxiliary verb is added, then past participle form of the verb, then conjunction by, then doer of the action. Doer of the action, if doer of the action is a noun, proper noun, then it is kept as it is. But if it is a pronoun, then it changes. Pronoun changes. For example, he becomes him. She becomes her. They become them. We becomes us. Like this. Pronouns will change, but noun will not change. Kept as it is. This is how we change active voice sentence into passive voice. Receiver of the action is made as subject. Auxiliary verb is added according to the tense. Third form of the verb is used. Then conjunction by is added. Then the noun as it is. If pronoun, then you have to change accordingly. This is how we change active voice sentence into passive voice. Now, this is one example. Let's discuss some of the sentences that came in previous exams, board exams. I have got some sentences. I have chosen some sentences. Here is a sentence. Let me check if it is getting recorded or not. Here is a sentence. This came in exam. They conserve the rainfall of the country. This is active voice sentence. They conserve, save. They conserve, save for future. Conserve means save for future. They conserve. What? What do they conserve? They conserve the rainfall of the country. This is an active voice sentence and we have to change it into passive voice. Let me write passive voice here. This is active. We'll write passive here. They conserve. Now here actions. Conserve is action. And it is in present form. They conserve action. Then doer of the action, they. Doer of the action. Action, conserve, done by they, doer. What do they conserve? The rainfall of the country. This is the receiver of the action. They conserve the rainfall of the country. Now, this sentence is clearly in present form. This is the present form. Conserve is present form of the verb. Past tense is conserved and past participle is also conserved. D is added. Now, to change this into passive voice, as I told you, we have to make the receiver of the action as subject. Here, they is subject, doer. So what we have to do in passive voice? Make the receiver as subject. The rainfall of the country. The rainfall of the country. What we did here? We made the receiver of the action as subject. We are beginning the sentence with receiver. We made the subject, receiver as the subject of subject. The rainfall of the country. Now, because this sentence is present tense, so either is or are. The rainfall of the country. Rainfall is singular. The rainfall of the country. Therefore, this is present tense. So, with present tense is or are. But here it is with singular, are with plural. Here it is receiver of this action, and the subject is singular. The rainfall, singular. The rainfall of the country is. The rainfall of the country is. Then I told you the third form of the verb. Third form of the verb, conserved. The rainfall of the country is conserved. Then add conjunction by. The rainfall of the country is conserved by. When I told you pronouns must change, here pronoun is they. They changes to them. They changes to them. The rainfall of the country is conserved by them. This is the passive voice of this sentence. They conserve the rainfall of the country. The rainfall of the country is conserved by them. This sentence came in exam, in board exam. Then let's move on to the next sentence. The next active voice sentence is the teacher described the experiment. The teacher described the experiment. This is active voice sentence. Again, came in an exam. The teacher described. Here, action. Verb expresses action. Verb expresses action. Described is action. Described is action. Verb expresses action. Remember, it is very important for the students to identify action, doer, receiver. Here, described is action. Who described, who is doing that action? That action is done by the teacher. The teacher is doer of the action. The teacher is doer of the action. And the experiment. What did the teacher describe? The teacher described the experiment. Action, doer, receiver. This is receiver. Receiver of the action. Now, one more important thing, we have to identify the tense. Tense here is the teacher described. Described is past form. Described, past tense. It's clearly past tense. The given sentence is past tense. Now we have to change it into passive voice. To change this into passive voice, again, the important thing is, as I told you, we have to begin the passive voice with a receiver of the action. That means make the receiver of the action as subject. So what is the receiver of the action? The experiment. The experiment. Singular subject. The experiment. One experiment. Singular subject. The experiment. Now, because the given sentence is past tense, with past tense, either was or were is used. Here, the experiment singular subject, therefore singular verb will be used, that is was. The experiment was. The experiment, this auxiliary verb makes the action done on the subject. Teacher described, no auxiliary verb here. So the action is done by the teacher. The teacher, this one, doer, this action, done by this. The experiment was described. Third form of describe is described again. Described. Second and third form are same. The experiment was described, then conjunction by. And I told you, if it is a noun, it's kept as it is. Only pronouns will change. Pronouns will change, but noun will not change. The experiment was described by the teacher. The experiment was described by the teacher. This is passive voice. Active voice, passive voice. If you do it correct, you get 1 mark. The teacher described the experiment. The experiment was described by the teacher. Active voice and passive voice. Let's move on to one more sentence. You can, if you want to note down the sentences, you can pause the video and note down. Next sentence is you have committed a mistake. You have committed a mistake. You have committed a mistake. This is perfect tense. Present perfect tense. Have plus third form. Have plus third form. Present perfect. Perfect tense. And I told you that with perfect tense, been is used. Been, B-E-E-N, been auxiliary verb is used. Let's identify the action, doer and receiver. Here, action is committed. Committed is action. You is doer. You have committed. You have committed what? A mistake. That is receiver. Doer, action, receiver. Action, doer, receiver. Now, it is very important to know the difference between the use of have and has. These two give same meaning, but the only difference is have is used with plural subjects I and you. Plurals plus I and you. These two singulars. Plurals, all plural subjects will take have auxiliary verb. Two singular subjects, I and you, will also take have auxiliary verb. Has give the same meaning. They give the same meaning, but the use is, this is used with singulars, but minus to I and you. All singular subjects except I and you has auxiliary verb will be used. Remember, this is very important thing in English grammar. It will help you to improve your English. Now, let's come back to our topic, active voice and passive voice. Here is a sentence. You have committed a mistake. Committed is action. You is doer. Mistake is receiver. Now, let's see how to change. You remember, as I told you, passive voice begins with receiver of the subject, receiver of the action, receiver of the action. Now, receiver is a mistake, a mistake. Now, this is very important. We have to add been. has been, have been, perfect tense, has been, have been, had been, like this. Now, a mistake here, because the subject is you, therefore have is used. Now the subject is other than I, you and plural. It's a singular. A mistake. Singular subject. Therefore, if we use have, that will be a grammatical mistake. So what we have to do is, we have to change it. A mistake has been, not have been. Now students may have this doubt, why have here is changed to has. I told you already, I have explained the difference between have and has. They give the same meaning, but their use is different. Have is used with all plural subjects, including two singular subjects, I and you, and here you is coming, therefore have is used. But then we made receiver a mistake as subject here. Now subject became singular, and we know that with all singular subjects except I and you, has is used, therefore has. And then been, because we know that in passive voice, perfect tense will always take been auxiliary verb. A mistake has been, and then third form of the verb, committed itself is the third form of the verb. A mistake has been committed, then we know by conjunction. A mistake has been committed by you. You will not change. A mistake has been committed by you. You will not change. You is as it is. One more is there. I changes to me. But you will remain you. You have committed a mistake. A mistake has been committed by you. This is the passive voice. Now, if you want to note down, pause the video and note it down. Let's do another one. Next sentence is, she can give a seminar. She can give a seminar. This is active voice sentence. Now, again, the same thing. Identify action, doer, and receiver. Action, give is action. Doer, she is doer. And a seminar is the receiver of the action. A seminar is receiver of the action. Action, doer, receiver. And now, you can, as you can clearly see, can. Modal auxiliary verb is coming, can. And I told you, whenever modal auxiliary verb comes in sentence, you have to use be. B-E-B. Be auxiliary verb is used. Be is used. Can be, could be, shall be, should be, will be, would be, may be, might be. Like this, must be. Now, let's change this into passive voice. How do we do that? We make the receiver of the action as subject. We make the receiver of the action as subject. A seminar. Then can be auxiliary verb. Can be, can. What auxiliary? Be is used. A seminar can be the third form of the verb, and we know that given is third form of give. Give, gave, given. Third form, past participle, weakly form. A seminar can be given, then conjunction by, and then she. Here pronoun is coming. She will change to her. She will change to her. A seminar can be given by her. This is the passive voice. This sentence also came in exam. This is passive. Let's move on to one more sentence. If you want to understand a sentence better, you can go back and repeat the same. You can just reverse the video for a while and you can see the sentence again. Since it's a video, you can see as many times as you want. Here is the sentence. They are playing chess. They are playing chess. This is the sentence, active voice sentence. Now here again, action. Play is action here. Playing is action. Play. And doer, they. Doer. And chess, receiver. Action, do, receiver. Action, doer, receiver. Now, to change this into passive, now if you observe carefully, this sentence is continuous tense. They are playing. Continuous tense. And I told you, in continuous tense, with continuous tense, being auxiliary verb is used. Being, B-E-I-N-G, being is used. Now, let's change it into passive voice. Receiver of the action, chess. Now chess. Here, auxiliary verb next. Now, they are. Because they is plural, so are is used. But here chess, singular. Therefore, is. If we use are, that will be a grammatical mistake. Chess is being. Chess is being the third form of the verb. Remember, in passive voice, always third form of the verb is used. In active voice, it may be present, it may be past, it may be past participle, it may be continuous. But in passive voice, only third form of the verb, V3, past participle form of the verb is used. Chess is being played by. Chess is being played by. They changes to them. Chess is being played by them. As I told you, they changes to them. They are playing chess. Passive voice. Chess is being played. Why being? Because it is continuous. This given sentence is continuous. Present continuous. Even if it was past continuous, then also being is used. Chess is being. They were playing chess. Imagine if it was like this. They were playing chess, then chess was being played by them. It's like that. This is, I showed you present tense, I showed you past tense, I showed you continuous tense, and I perfect tense, and with the modal auxiliary also I showed you. So here are some sentences you can practice. I will write down the sentences on the board. You can copy them and practice. Just for your practice, I have got some more sentences. These are active voice sentences. The president called off the meeting. The president called off the meeting. Then he narrated a story. He narrated a story. Alfia gave a nice speech. Alfia gave a nice speech. Alfia gave a nice speech. Researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19 disease. For COVID-19. That's it. Researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19. Here's some other, in exam it was like this, cure for many deadly diseases. I changed it to the current affair, COVID-19, right? Researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19. Okay. And then they played cricket. This is very easy. They played cricket, very easy sentence. Such easy sentences usually come in third language English students, Urdu medium students, they get such easy. But like this sentence, researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19. This type of sentences usually come in first language English subject. First language English students will definitely have a difficult sentence compared to second and third language. For example, this one. How can I do this? This is also third language. It's a question, right? It's an interrogative sentence. Here, the chief guest distributed. The chief guest distributed the prizes. The chief guest distributed the prizes. Is another sentence. One more easy one. She bought a new car. She bought a new car. And one more sentence is there. I erase this and I write. You can pause the video and note down, no problem. Don't worry that I'm erasing. Dr. Jenner. This is also first language English exam sentence. Dr. Jenner in England. Dr. Jenner in England had already discovered vaccine for smallpox. This is the sentence. This one is different. Dr. Jenner in England had already discovered these sentences. I tell you the answer for these sentences. See, for example, researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19. Here, in this sentence, searching is action. Searching is action. Researchers, doer. Researchers, doer. And a cure for COVID-19 is receiver of the action. And this sentence is continuous tense, as you can see, searching. Researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19. This one, COVID-19, coronavirus disease 2019. 2019, year 2019, because it started from China, Wuhan, in November or December 2019, November 2019, I think that's why CO stands for Corona, VI virus, D for disease, and year 2019. Okay, now, researchers are desperately searching for a cure for COVID-19. Now, the passive voice will be a cure for COVID-19. A cure for COVID-19 is being searched. Is being searched by the researchers. Or a cure for COVID-19 is being desperately searched. A cure for COVID-19 is being desperately searched by researchers. This will be the passive voice. Also this one, how can I do this? This is a question, interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence must remain interrogative sentence. You cannot change the type of this. How can I do this? How can this be done by me? Right here. How can this be done by me? How can this be done by me? Sorry, question mark. It's a question. This is the passive voice. And this one, Dr. Jenner in England had already discovered vaccine for it. Here, action is discover. Discover is action, right? Dr. Jenner is doer. And vaccine for smallpox. This is receiver. Action. Here, doer. This is the doer. And this is the receiver. So receiver of the action will be the subject. We begin passive voice with receiver of the action. Vaccine for smallpox had already been discovered. Vaccine for smallpox had already been discovered by Dr. Jenner in England. This will be the passive voice. Vaccine for smallpox had already been discovered by Dr. Jenner in England. This will be the, because this is past perfect, had, therefore been is used. Had already been discovered. It's a little bit difficult so that this comes. I told you, first language English students will have such difficult sentences in their exam. So this is all about active voice and passive voice. Hope you liked the video. This is my first video I ever made. Maybe the video is not so clear, or maybe the video is the voice and the light, everything may not be so clear. I tried my best, but I'm sure that as I will make more videos, they will be more clear, and I hope you understood the topic, and I hope everything is keeping good health. Thank you very much.